Hey guys,
Hello.
let's talk about POE1.
Okay.
Now, when we announced POE2, we promised that we would continue to create POE1 expansions, and we do intend to keep that promise, but it's certainly been a lot harder to deliver on it than what we expected. Now, the trouble really started after Settlers of Calgar in July last year. The ideal time to have released 326 would have been late October, before the originally scheduled release of POE2's early access. But we just didn't think we could do it. It was too close to the huge circus that was the organisation around POE2's launch.
Uh-oh.
But we also didn't want to immediately launch it right after POE2 either, so that kind of ruled out December. So then we're thinking, okay, we can't really have a launch in January due to Christmas, so we're really going to have to do it in February. And this wasn't great. It would mean 7 months with no leagues. But we really didn't think it was possible to do it any earlier than that. And we didn't really announce this exactly, but it was certainly something that we had said to quite a few people over time, so the community became generally aware that that was our plan. The issue is this. POE2's endgame needed a lot of work. Having the guys on the POE1 team help out for 3 months on POE2, given that 326 was 7 months away, seemed like a no-brainer, and man did POE2 need it. The problem is we got to the middle of October, and POE2's launch was imminent, and I'll tell you what, taking people off POE2 at that point was just impossible. The endgame was not in a shippable state. But you know what? We could still do it. If the POE1 team just kept helping until POE2 shipped in late November, we could still do it. Maybe the scope would need to decrease a little bit, but mid-February was still possible. We just needed to ship this damn game first, get it out of the way. We literally couldn't think about anything else until it was done, but we still had time. The problem is, we were fooling ourselves. POE2 was delayed 3 weeks, making the problem even worse. And then after the game was released, well, of course we had to immediately deal with all the problems. How could we think about making a POE1 expansion when we still have hundreds of thousands of people who are having bad experiences in POE2? There are crashes, there are severe in-game balance problems. How could I justify taking some of the most experienced developers we have off POE2 when it's on fire? Now, after the Christmas break, we had to really admit something to ourselves. The most urgent priority was getting POE2 to a point where it didn't have major issues.
I had a
It's
feeling
hard
that
to
this
even
was their
think
top
about what
priority.
POE1 needs when POE2 has
Sure.
really obvious problems that need fixing. We needed to get it to the point of stability and balance, and to fix the most severe deficiencies that POE2 has before we can take our eyes off it. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we can't really work on POE1 326 until POE2 0.2.0 has shipped. And then being honest, we probably need to support that for a couple of weeks after that as well. Now, in the meantime, we are going to get a bunch of pre-production done on 326
People are not going to be happy about
with whatever
that.
people who are not needed to fix issues with POE2. And once 0.2.0 is sorted, I promise we will devote as many resources as are needed from our company to get 326 done as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I just can't promise a date right now. Now, I'm really sorry for how this went down. Honestly, I should have predicted the fact that taking the POE1 team off POE1 would lead to this outcome. And I probably should have resisted doing it. But at every stage, I just kept thinking, we still have time, and then we didn't have time anymore. Now, we still have a
Doesn't
lot
bother
to learn
me,
about how
but
to
I
run two
know
games
that
simultaneously.
people are generally kind of
overconfident.
upset about it.
We still need to work out how to structure our studio to make
Just
this
from, like,
possible.
you know,
But we do have a solid plan for
putting
what we
the
want to do
douse
with
and rods out
326.
there,
Obviously, I can't talk about it yet, but I'm hoping you guys
looking
are going to
around on
love it.
subreddits and stuff.
I really want to thank you guys for all your support over the years. You guys do deserve better than this, and we will get 326 out as fast as we can.
Well, you know, I appreciate the transparency, as I'm sure everybody sane does, right? Like, at least they're still communicating and trying to be honest. But that is definitely something I had as a gut feeling, right? Like, I definitely thought that this was a possibility for the near future, that Path of Exile 2 is probably just not where they want it. So I'm not really caught off guard by this. If anything, it was almost an expectation for me. I was maybe even joking about it. I can't remember specifically what I've said, but I feel like we've joked about it here on this channel. About, you know, 3.26 next year, or I think I said recently in my Discord, like 3.26 Dedge or Jover. That was before I even just watched this video, so. Well, Buckle up, everybody. We're gonna be waiting for some Path of Exile 2 changes. I need to hop back on at some point and see how my Perfect Strike Monk feels now that the Spore Pod interaction is gone. At some point, for sure. I'm enjoying hardcore World of Warcraft right now. I am enjoying it. But what do the comments look like? Looking at POE1 viewership, pretty brutal. I don't know how I feel. It's so brutal, man. People are so ready to pounce. I mean, plans have certainly changed, you know. It's gone from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. I don't blame people for being upset, but I just hope nobody's going fucking batshit insane. It's just a game. I'm still being patient as much as I can, but I thought that that one comment on the YouTube video was kind of poignant, where they're doing a good job of killing my PoE addiction. I don't know.